Module 3, Proportion, Ratios, Rates, and Percents. This is Section 3.7, Capacity, both U.S. and metric systems of measurement. When you're talking about capacity, you want to think about fluid ounces. So this is like what you would measure your soda and your juices and gas and liquids. For the U.S., we have a couple of options, certainly much more than we did with mass. There's 8 fluid ounces, so not just ounces, but fluid ounces in 1 cup. There's 2 cups to a pint. There's 2 pints to a quart. We don't talk about pints a whole lot. Usually what we think about is cups, and then we kind of go straight to quart. So you might want to jot down somewhere that there's 4 cups in 1 quart, right? Because if there's 2 pints, you need this twice. So you would need 2 cups and then another 2 cups. And then there's 4 quarts to a gallon. Think quarters, like there's 4 quarters to a dollar, there's 4 quarts in a gallon. And then a gallon is our largest unit of measure for capacity in the U.S. If I want to go quarts to gallons, I know there's 4 quarts in 1 gallon. And for our conversions, what you want to go to comes up top. So I have 1 gallon, and that's the equivalent of 4 quarts. And I want to convert the 11 quarts, so I put my 1 underneath. Quarts will divide out, and I have 11 times 1 over 4, and that's how many gallons I have. So I am talking about 2 full gallons, and then I would have 3 left over, and 3/4 is 0.75. So you have 2.75 gallons. If I want cups to quarts, I have to either remember that there's 2 cups to 1 pint, so that I can then say, well, there's 2 pints to 1 quart, or I can remember that there's 4 cups in 1 quart. Either way is fine. If I want to go to quarts, that means quart comes up top, and there's 4 cups in there. 18 cups is what I'm starting with, and I'll put my 1 here. Cups divides out, and I have 18 over 4 cups. I can divide this and say 4 goes into 18. Well, 4 times with a remainder of 2, and turn this into a mixed number where I have 4 and then 2 out of the 4 that I have left, which would be 4.5, right, or 4.5 cups. You can't say 4 cups and 2 ounces, though, because a half a cup is not 2 ounces. A half a cup is 4 ounces. So what we used on some of the other ones doesn't quite work with fluid ounces. Subtraction, you could still borrow, though. If I have 4 gallons and 2 quarts and I want to take out 3 quarts, well, 2 minus 3 doesn't work. So I'm going to have to drop this down to 3 gallons. And I know there's 4 quarts in 1 gallon. So I'm going to change this to, instead of being 2 quarts, I'm going to add those 4 in. So now that I have 3 gallons and 6 quarts. And now I can subtract 3 quarts so that I have 3 gallons and 3 quarts. You know, metric has a lot more options, but it's still the same tagline. King Henry died by, and this time by is going to be in liters, drinking chocolate milk. Now, you don't really see any other ones besides milliliter and liter, sometimes kiloliters. That's for big stuff, though. I can't even remember one time ever seeing deca or deci or even centiliter. Now, you see centimeters a lot, but you don't see centiliters or centigrams. So the good thing about metric is that it's always the same prefixes, and they always move the same way by those units of 10. So if I have 4,510 milliliters and I want to go to liters, I have King Henry died by, and this time my by is liters, drinking chocolate milk. If I want meters here, milliliters here, 1, 2, 3 to the liters to the left. So I go 1, 2, 3 to the left, and I have 4.15 liters. You can put the 0 in or not. You don't need that 0 hanging in at the end. If I want to go the other direction, 0.195 deciliters to milliliters. Well, here's deci, and I want to go to milliliters, which is 2 spots to the right. I'll take this 2 spots to the right, and I have 19.5 milliliters. So some practice. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. So let's see, I'm going to start down here. D. I have 0.135 liters, and I want to go to kiloliters. So I'm here, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 spots to the left. So really small. 1, 2, 3 spots to the left, and I have 0, 0, 0, 135 kiloliters. Super tiny. E. DL is this one here, deci, and I want to go to milliliters, so that's 1, 2 spots to the right. So 0.072 DL will turn into 7.2 milliliters. Let's look at maybe milliliters to liters, where I have 1,800 milliliters, and I want to go to liters. Here's milliliters. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, and I have 1.8. Let's see, can you find A, B, and F? Pause the video and then check your answers. Okay, for A, I got 6 liters, and I want to go to milliliters. I'm in the middle and by, so 1, 2, 3 spots to the right would be 6,000 milliliters. For B, I have liters in the middle here, and I want to go to centi, so that's only 2 spots to the right. So 3.2 liters, 2 spots to the right would give you 320 centiliters. Finally, F, I have liters, which is in the by here, and I want to go to hecti, which is 1, 2, or actually I should say hecto, spots to the right. So 1, 2 would be 430 hectoliters. When you're adding and subtracting, just like with all the other units of measure, you have to pick one and then make sure that they both match. So I have 240 milliliters, and I want to add that to 8.9 liters. So if I want my answer to be in liters, I would change milliliters over to liters by going 3 spots to the left, and then I could say 8.9. I'm going to add this time, so plus 2.4. Line up my decimals. That's 13, carry the 1, so I would have 11.3 liters. Or if you want your answer in milliliters, then I would have to go 3 spots to the right and get 8,900 milliliters and add the 2,400. And now we got 11,300. And you can see that if you wanted to change milliliters to liters, you would go 3 spots to the right, right? So you'd have the same exact thing either way. And that's how you work with capacity.